Hey y'all, I'm your TM Davis. My life just got major. Good morning, good morning. We have been up and running lately. Just Major's getting bigger, and mommy's been able to get out a little bit more. It's all about, I'm at a point of also continually remembering me, remembering who I am, right? Last weekend, Major, a girl, if I got the weekends right, not this weekend that just passed, the weekend before, this girl at church, her son's birthday celebration was, no, she needed a babysitter on that Friday night, and I needed a sitter for that Sunday. So I babysitted for her on Saturday night, and she babysat for me on Sunday. Then this weekend, Major was over to a sister friend's house from church because her son's birthday celebration was Sunday, and I needed to go somewhere Friday night, my sister's birthday celebration. I didn't think that he should have come, but I still probably would have found a babysitter or something for him, because there's some spaces that I just don't want to be a parent in. And when I'm dressed up or something like that, I don't want to be a parent. I don't want to be running behind a toddler. That's just me. That's how I am. Maybe when you get a little bit bigger, but he'd have been running around, and it just would have made me uncomfortable. Nevertheless, so in the more recent time, I have befriended this guy at church because, not to be mean or nothing, but I would see him with his girls, and their hair wasn't very kept. It was unkept, and I was like, I can help in that area. So I didn't go to him and say, oh, I see the girl's hair not combed. I just walked up to him because I noticed he comes, with them every other week. Hey, I work at services in the atrium. It's my job to know when people are walking back and forth and what they're doing and all the things. So, well, not my job. I volunteer. I serve. And I just told him, I said, hey, if you need some help with getting their hair combed, let me know. I'm available. That's all I said. I said, I'll help you with that. And he was like, okay. And we exchanged numbers. Well, I was supposed to do their hair on Friday. He texted me on Wednesday or Thursday and was like, hey, I need to cash in on that coupon. Can you do their hair this weekend? Saturday I knew was going to be so packed, and Sunday was as well. Turned out to be as well. So I was like, maybe Friday. I have a meeting, but you can come after the meeting. He was like, okay, sounds good. Well, he texted me and was like, well, my co-parent didn't show up. No, he called me. He was like, I don't have the girls this weekend. Thank you so much for being available. And I said, okay. And through a bit of conversation, he basically was like, his co-parent, because that's what he calls her, it's his wife. They're not divorced yet. He says, my co-parent didn't show up at the location. I said, oh, okay. And what I love about it is he don't just down her. He don't say anything about her, honestly. But in that moment, I was just like, well, you go do something that you like then. This is an opportunity for you to explore things that you like outside of being a father and a husband, right? Because they're separated. They're going to go through their divorce. But I noticed that he's gravitated to me because I was just kind of like, hey, I'm volunteering tomorrow. Since you don't have the girls, I'm sure they can use your help up at the church. He was like, okay. And he did show up. He showed up. But during our conversations, I don't hear him saying, oh, I hung out with my friend, or I talked to my... Well, he did say he talked to his line brothers, 2 of them. But it just seemed like no real activity. And he called me Miss Socialite because Saturday was just busy. Period. And as a parent, what I have learned, and I know I'm new to the game, my identity can't be in my child. And even when I'm married, yes, we are one, but I still have those things that I like. I own those things that I like to do, right? They don't go to the wayside because I'm married, right? They're just, I mean, some things I may not be able to do all the time, but I can't lose my sense of identity in my marriage, because if we're always together, and I don't have a problem with always being together, but I am one that believe you should have your friends and I have mine, and then all our friends can come together. Like my sister friend, my best friend, my sister, that's what I call her. Her husband has his friends. She has her friends. For her birthday celebration on Saturday, he invited his friends over, and her friends was there too. Whenever they have stuff, they invite both sets of friends. And she's cool with them, but that's not her friends, that's her husband's friends. And I just worry that we lose our identity in our children and in our spouse. And then we're mad at them because we forgot what we like. I've seen it and I've heard it. So having a conversation with him, he said that he used to golf over 20 years, and he said then he started liking ballroom dancing. Ballroom dancing took over the golf. And I was like, okay, well, you should try to find something that's ballroom dancing. Maybe you should try that, because I'm always trying to help people. But it's not a dig at him, and that's what I told him. He said, I'm just concentrating on right now. I'm concentrating on right now being a dad. You know, the situation that my girls are in. Here's the thing. Certain situations, our hands are tied. If the courts ain't put her in contempt because she's not showing up and you don't have availability to your children, I'm not saying don't fight, because fight. But you can't just sit and wallow in it and be depressed all day. And just because you're having a good time doing something else doesn't mean that you forgot about your kids. Because people be like, where Major? He ain't here. Yeah, I know I love my baby, but he not here. No, he's at the center. He's in child care. And I just listened to him, and I was just like, you need to get you some hobbies, find you some things to do with your friends. Just as a woman, whenever we become a parent, sometimes we're not out with our friends as often, and that's cool. And real friends understand that, because you got to do something with your kid. But at the same token, I probably shouldn't say but there. At the same token, your mind, you can do two things at one time. Your mind can be definitely thinking about your kids and their well-being, and out doing other things. If it's golf, if it's ballroom dancing, if it's journaling, whatever it is, right? So I would encourage you to don't forget about you. Because something that I told him was, when those kids go off to college, they're going to be off to college. When they become teenagers, they're going to be off. Literally off. Y'all know how kids are. Because we were dead, right? I'm just going to do my own thing. Because you found your identity in your kids when you should have found your identity in God and who He created you to be. Which brings me to another thought. Do you have a relationship with God? And that's what I asked him. Do you have a relationship with God? Do you talk to Him? Because you can't change what's happening, but He can. And sometimes he's just waiting for us to come to him and let him know that we realize that we need him. That we're not doing this by ourselves. Many times when we're walking through situations, that's what's happening. And then there are other situations where we walk through it so he can be glorified. I'm yawning because I was up till 10 o'clock and I got up at 4:30 to do my exercise. I did some weight training, so anyway. But just kind of think on that. Have you found your identity in your spouse and in your child? Because when you have your identity in your spouse, if they mess up, you're mad at them because they aren't who you fell in love with. They aren't who that was. Instead of allowing to let them grow, you want them to stay stagnant in what you found when you met them. Also, what is your relationship with Christ? Well, I pray every day. Okay, do you read your Bible? Do you listen to your Bible, even if you can't read it? What about devotions? I gave him some ideas. When I'm driving, I'm praying most of the time. And I am doing a devotion off the Bible app. It's reading it to me. I'm getting that in. I'm literally moving from 4:30 to 9 o'clock when I go to bed. And my goal is to get that time in the evening, at night, to really get into the Word. Listen to the Word, or do my devotions there. But on my way to work, I listen to the Bible, or I listen to a devotion, and I'm praying. Not saying that I do it right, that I'm always right.